The following performance contains scenes of supernatural violence, tragic monologues, and the statistically inevitable death of at least one beloved party member. Viewer discretion is futile but appreciated. This broadcast is rated V for vampire and may include undeath, existential dread, and impromptu interpretive dance during moments of mortal peril. Pursuant to Barovian law, all viewers must be of their 15th name day or older, or possess written consent from a parent, legal guardian, or lich lord of standing. No bards were harmed in the making of this broadcast yet.
Tonight, the veil between worlds trembles beneath the blood moon over Barovia. The stage is set for the performance of a lifetime, or the last curtain call these artists will ever take. In the shadow of Castle Ravenloft, 4 virtuosos prepare to do the impossible. Not just to perform, but to bring down the house, with Count Strahd still in it. Dorothea, the feline phenomenon, velvet-voiced, diamond-clawed, self-appointed leader, legend in her own lifetime, and a nightmare in rehearsal. Gregor, trained by the cruelest choreographers in the realms, sculpted in discipline, tempered in tempo. They said he had no soul. He danced one into existence. Drumstick, once lent his sick beat to the military machine. Now, the beat is in his chest before the battle begins. He doesn't sing, rather, Drumstick signals the end. Ashrin, the reluctant prodigy. A mind too sharp for this world, a heart dragged on stage by obligation. But tonight, he composes his own story, his own escape. These bards don't just bring music. They bring judgment. It's a showdown. It's a statement. It's showtime.
2 minutes to curtain.
The tomb seems to almost collapse in on itself. The dais upon which it sits just fractures and cracks and reveals a spiral staircase descending into a chamber beneath.
This is like where his real house is, under the... Okay. Gregor sits down, bro. If we could just take I just need a minute.
Do you need a minute or do you need a short rest?
Oh, I mean, listen, I don't need a short rest. But if you guys wanted to take one, I would maybe take one if you want to.
We have the better part of an hour of daylight in the room, which is not concentration.
Cool.
I have a way to make a safe place for us to have a short rest for an hour if everyone feels that we need that to happen now.
Yeah, pretty good. That's good.
How can you only do the safe thing once? Is that what
No, I can. It's a second level spell. And if I wanted to make us really safe, there's a 4th level spell to go with it. So I've got some slots that I can use for that, I guess.
I wouldn't want to
like
impose. I don't want to be rude.
So Ash is going to look at. I don't even need the insight check. Gregor is like the 3rd time or 4th time he's died or something, and he's spitting teeth out at this point, I think.
He's going to need a good dentist.
Well, I put them all in my pocket. I had a great shot before this.
I imagine
they're in a fucking build.
The academy dentists are the kind of people who have really big pliers and old amalgam sort of fillings.
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
So the first thing that's going to happen is Ash is going to get a silver whistle out of his pocket, and it's completely inaudible to everyone, but he plays. It's a bit like when the Green Power Ranger summons the Megazord. It sort of plays on this tin whistle for a minute, and no one can see anything that happened, and you all think he's a bit strange. But I just cast Mordenkainen's Faithful Hound, so there is a incorporeal, invulnerable, invisible hound, which has true sight, which will last for the next 8 hours, and anything that comes within 5 feet.
I can see a little doggy.
That
I think I might be doggy.
It will attack. So the dog's hanging out. We'll call him Scoob.
Boss.
And then from his backpack, which I think Gregor is still carrying for me, Ash gets a bit of rope, and he sort of throws a bit of rope toward the ceiling, and the rope kind of partially disappears into the sky.
Yes, I love this.
So rope trick is there's an extra dimensional space that can accommodate 8 creatures. The space attacks, spells, and other effects can't pass into or out of the space, but we can see back through it. And it lasts for an hour. So he motions for you to everyone climb up the rope. We climb up the rope. We pull the rope back up into the place. We short rest for an hour with Scoob hanging out.
I'm also just going to say that while we're up there, I'm going to play some music on the ukulele that my kids untuned today. And if any of you are spending 1 or more hit dice during this rest, you get an extra 1d8 hit points back.
Oh, that's really nice.
Your faithful hand is there. You can't actually see it, but it is actually it's on my map, but it's sitting right here at the moment. It's very cute.
Yeah, so it just hangs out, and I think technically I have to give it a password, but I'm not going to tell anyone what that password is. Actually, no, I have to. Otherwise, it'll brutally maul all of you. So the password, all one word, all in lowercase, is Dorothea is not the band leader.
Naughty boy.
We'll talk about this later, Ash.
Yeah, sounds fun. And we'll short rest, and you say it was plus a D8 if we use any die.
If you do any of your hit die, you can have an extra 1d8.
Okie dokie.
Gregor looks so well after a little rest. Just like, good. It's good.
You have to love DND healing. It's like what I need is a gentle sit down.
Little cup of
And
tea.
a cup of tea.
Just, yeah, cup of, oh, Ash, you got the kettle
tea,
up
lad.
here. Get that on. Good man. My teeth are going back in. Oh,
I'm going to take this opportunity as well. At the end of the short rest, I've burned enough spell points to make arcane recovery worthwhile. So I'm going to do that, get some spell points back.
our max HP doesn't reset if it's gone down, does it? That's a long rest.
No, but your max HP increased, I think, from
Yeah,
your
so
instance.
your max HP increased by 6, so it's probably not far off.
It's not far off. Yeah. Great.
My luck points are per long rest, aren't they? Yes. So I don't get any of those back. That's okay.
Man, being a fighter is awesome. I get everything back on the short rest. This is great. I'm ready to, let's go. Lift some more portcullises, guys. That was cool.
Okay. You feeling better?
Yeah, great.
Regal, as you stand up feeling much better after your short sit down and reinserting all your teeth, some of which may or may not be in exactly the right position. They're not as straight as they used to be. You
And they all
feel drawn to this staircase. There's like a heartbeat, very distant.
Gregor knows that feeling. Oh my God. We must, like, usually his happy, cheery self gets that quite stern visage you've occasionally seen Gregor get when he's not having a good time or he's in work mode. Friends, I apologize. Whether it is the plan or not, I am somewhat compelled to go down the stairs. There is something that I require down there, I suspect.
Well, I mean, we got to go down the stairs anyway because
Wonderful. No,
maybe
that's
we
good.
gotta, right?
Yeah, I thought so too. If we didn't want to, I just wanted to put it out there. But great, let's go down.
Also, you looked a little bit sad, so I'd just like you to know that Jared started clicking encouragingly at you.
Oh, isn't he a sweet pea? He's still got some brain on him. Oh, he's a good boy. Now we
He's
got
a
a
good
little
boy.
dog and a little spoon. A good dad.
I was a bit disappointed I didn't get a rat, to be honest.
Ah, yeah.
Oh, there are more rats. If you want to rat, I give you more rats. So as you walk to the edge of this stone staircase, you in roll perception. anybody who's close.
Oh, we will do
I
that.
mean, Gregor can roll with advantage.
I'm perceptive. I'll roll.
Perception.
Perception.
It's a 13 with advantage. My
Nice.
vision's still a bit blurry. Hey, that looks better.
24 for me, please.
Okay. You don't feel so when you were in here, when you first entered this room felt evil, it felt malevolent, it felt undead and hostile. You do not feel that from this chamber. That feeling dissipated when you broke the tomb. And you've had a short rest. It's bright sunlight. There's a faithful hound. This whatever's down here does not have that feeling. Gregor, there's a room underneath.
I think that's why I think we got to go down there.
Yeah.
We got 27.
Again, just to
Yeah.
just to reflect again on my esteemed colleagues' earlier words, we have 3 tasks, and
Is that the first one? We just crossed that off?
Yeah,
or-
so one ticked. So we're 33% complete. Could we come
To be
back?
fair, that's
to what's
33% more than Blake's managed. So
Yes,
well done.
And I can't wait to tell him that when I see him. But could we come back to I'm just going to sound out Gregor and see how compelled he is by his secret mission. Could we come back to this, after we live?
I mean, if he thinks it feels safe down here, is it? I don't.
What if there's stuff down there that
Sorry,
might
my
help us
audio
continue
just
to
got
live?
very, very sad. I just wanted to
Mm.
check.
The video got really bad too.
It all got sad.
He's reloading, I think.
Reloading Gregor. We've done that a few times tonight.
Gregor is
Out.
which I think is hilarious given that he's
The tankiest.
He's supposed to be the tank.
yeah. Glass cannon with a half. He's back. Hold on.
Hey, I'm not dead. Sorry. I banged my head coming out the rope prick and smashed it on the edge of the obsidian. Oh, Jesus. Sorry.
So you were sundowning.
No, it's just I pushed one of the teeth in too far and it hit a nerve and I lost vision. It's out now. Ashford, you were right. It wasn't one of my teeth. Oh, God.
Mm. Yeah.
That one.
It looked a bit orcish, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, fully got my senses. Definitely safe to go down there. Would love to do that.
Okay.
So as I'm assuming
the
feels
last
like-
time that he took us through a portal, right? We all died. Well, actually, Ash
Yeah,
died.
it was that.
Yeah. But whatever. It's fine.
Yeah, they
I
died,
trust him.
but we were fine.
trust-
So it's probably going to
trust
happen. It might be like that again.
You
No, this is
You
cool.
you descend into a room no larger than a cell, very small. And along the far wall, there are a number of black ribbons, each held in place with a silver spike into the obsidian wall. And each of those ribbons you can see has a single word stitched in what looks like sort of blood and sinew. And I don't think any of you, and Gregor could read them. I don't think anybody else can.
Well,
Do I-
just
yeah. Are there as many here as I expect to see? Is
There are 7.
Oh, Christ.
There are 7 here. And as you step onto the floor, you feel that the floor is warm and then becomes hot and then cools and then almost freezes solid, and you can feel ice crawling up your feet.
Gregor is
And then goes back to being
like a real kaleidoscope of emotions for a guy who was just like dead a little while ago. But I think if you're looking at Gregor, looking at this, it's shock, then a registering of what he's looking at, immediate comprehension. Then he looks down at his feet, which I think you would probably see get cold enough that maybe they look cold. And as
Oh,
that,
they have ice forming crystals coming up
Yeah.
your legs, and then they melt,
yeah,
and then they
As-
steam, and then they cool, and then they go back to being icy as you
as-
cross this
Gre-
floor.
Gregor, are those ribbons going to be useful or something?
he like turns to you, not crying blood anymore, but truly like silent tears down his face. Cannot even tell you how essential it was that I find this place. If you would permit me a small moment. For context, I come from a group who has been trying to stop von Zarovich for a long time. About many hundreds of years. And there's about a person, a generation who has the ability to be trained how I've been trained to try and stop von Zarovich. And my mentor sent them all here, and none of them all came back. And this is all of them.
So if we die here tonight, you get a ribbon on that wall.
Oh, I think if I died here, I would be put up next to the other 7 people who were trained
This
before
is a bit
I
like
was.
the CIA's wall of stars, right? It's like
Yeah, but kind of
nameless
like
and-
if their bodies weren't recovered from where they got brutally tortured and executed.
Yeah.
It's lovely, Ash. Accurate.
yeah.
But does that mean that
There's no actual
Strahd
remains
is
here
putting
then,
them
right?
here?
I would defer to. You mentioned there was like gristle. Is there like bodies, like or something resembling a
No.
body on the wall?
So on each of these ribbons, similar to the ribbon that you identified outside of the door that had the word "last" stitched upon it, each of these has a word stitched upon it
Cool. I would.
in the same script.
I would.
Yeah, go.
I would take a moment at each and just quietly. I knew a few of these people because we existed at around the same time. Some of them were a lot older than me. Some of them taught me. A few of them were my contemporaries. I now know that they are definitely all dead. Like they went to prisons. They are gone if they are not here. I do not know what's happened to them. But I would take a moment to remember each of them as I collect the ribbons. And I would then look at the 2 ribbons that I have in my pouch, making the collection of 8, which is, I know how many I needed to find in the crypt. And I would now have the collection of words across all of them that are written in giant.
So you have 2.
I have 2, and now I have 6
You
more
have
for
2.
8.
No,
Oh.
there are 7 more, and you have 2.
Yeah.
So Gregor had 2.
So there are 9.
So there are 9. There were 7, but you were the only person who's ever had 2. So these
Gregor
3
figures this out
did.
at the time and started crying.
Yep.
Gregor is like
So for context, you got your ribbon when you left, the same as they did, and then you got another one on the door of outside the curio shop
Yeah.
after you went back.
Yeah.
So the ribbons here read still, hush, mirror, fray, crack, twist, glass, B.
As I look at glass, I think of Kacha Tobain, who I trained with, because I know that was her sequence glass, and I am very. Just take a moment. You were an amazing dancer. These are. I sort of turn to the others. I'm sorry. I'm kind of bring the mood down a bit, but it's kind of impossibly important that I find these. Thank you. We can go now.
As you hold them, you take out your 2. So
Mm.
you have Grieve, which was the first one,
Mm.
and Last, which is the one you got on the door in Luskan.
Mm.
And as you hold those 9, you feel this odd sense of warmth flood your body, and you feel a presence, quiet and patient, standing behind your left shoulder, and you know exactly what it is.
I would
And
not
you-
even turn around. I would never turn around when she's
And
instructing me.
You look down and you are in first position. And
Oh,
ribbons climb up your palms and your wrists over the wraps of an armored defense, and they wind the same way as you used to wrap your wrists and your ankles when you trained. And they bind both of your arms. And now you can leave.
I'm like hesitant to turn around because I want to see that she's here, but I don't want Elenia to be here. But I just
And
know that she was
presumably
here.
we're all
around
just
me.
watching him have some kind of weird out of body experience.
Truly, like just
Totally
standing there
weird.
with his.
There is
Dude,
nobody
I-
else in
It
this
looks like a
chamber.
good one.
Yeah. With his feet freezing every couple of seconds. But
Mm.
I turned, this was a very good thing. We can go. Thank you. This was everything it needed to be.
And you go back up the stairs into the daylight above. The hound still lying at the bottom of the stairs, waiting to savage anybody who does not declare that Dorothea is not the leader of the band.
And he's gonna, in case I forget to tell you later, he's gonna come with us
Okay.
wherever we go for the next 8 hours. Because if I'm more than
Okay.
200 feet away from him,
I mean, to be fair,
Yeah,
Ash, I
we're
can
taken
see
away.
why you picked that as a password. You obviously picked that as a password because everyone knows I'm the leader, so no one would guess it
yeah,
would be the
no
password.
one's gonna guess it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like the best Wi-Fi
Malicious
password in the
compliance.
world.
Yeah. So the hound can move, has a movement of 30 feet. So
Yeah. Okay. That's fine. When Gregor let go of it, the portcullis has fallen. However, there is now a lever in here that you could use to open it on this occasion if he doesn't want.
I imagine that Gregor
Fancy
probably
that's it.
goes to do it, but we would just press the lever anyway.
No,
we wait.
you beat me
until
to
he
it.
puts his hand
He's about to
under
lift it up.
and
Yeah.
then he lifts it, but looks like it's super easy.
Yeah, it was way easier going out than coming in. It was that short
Oh,
rest.
Those finding those ribbons, guys. I'm just feeling it today. You know, it's a good day. Great, good day. Good work everywhere.
So there you
you
go.
know, FYI,
Yep.
last time we used StreamYard, it cut out at 3 hours.
No, that wasn't StreamYard.
Well, that wasn't
No, that
StreamYard?
was
Oh,
Yeah, that was the other one. Yeah.
okay.
That was
good.
the other.
Sweet.
And we can,
Never mind.
and I know that you're way ahead time wise. So
Oh yeah.
if you want to stop and we reconvene this for a second half, please say so, because I know you're running way ahead time wise than the rest of us, I think.
Was
Just-
the other option we were able to do tomorrow night as well, eh?
Yep. I'm good.
might-
Are you good, Sean?
I'm 50-50 on tomorrow night. So,
Oh, we
but-
can just keep going then. I don't have anything on
Yeah,
tomorrow.
I mean,
so-
yeah, happy to. I don't want to.
I mean, I guess-
screw anyone, so I'll make it work.
But if we stop whenever we do need to stop, then we can find another time to reconvene if necessary.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think from a mechanically, we can play on a bit. That's not a problem. There's effectively a stop point before you end up going into face Strahd, where either we carry on and keep going, or we stop and reconvene. Because once you pass that point of no return, there's just no point stopping. You just keep
No,
going.
we just pause, right? Like it's time stop, and
No, it's not
We can
time
spend a
stop.
week or 2 weeks strategizing about it. and-
No.
Once we have seen
No.
how
You
he
stop
works.
before that, or you can stop after that. You can't stop
It's like
during that.
video game rules. You can't save during the boss fight, you know?
There's no save in the boss fight.
You know, it's quick save before, test him out a few times, come back. Okay,
Save's
to the
gone.
heart.
Can I
The
just
heart.
say I don't know if those teleportation things are still there, but we need to jump over them again or something.
Oh, yeah. Whoop.
Mhm.
Over we go.
Yeah.
Whoop.
That was a
Hey,
great
Barons.
call.
Hey, Barons, are you dead? Did you put your loot down before you died?
So I'm going to turn just to make my map. Your daylight is still running. I'm just going to turn it. I'm going to turn it off just because it makes it easier for me to see what is going on with everything's yellow. In fact, let me just do that. There we go. Makes it a bit quieter. I will say you all managed to get across those teleport traps with no trouble. You know they're there. There's no problem. You can, once you get up onto this level, you can hear Blades Thunderhelm. He is not quiet. He's not there. He's further ahead, north of where you are right now, and you can hear music. As far as stealth goes, this is like the least stealthy person you have ever come across in the history of gaming. And then you hear
maybe
this-
we don't try and catch up with him. We just leave him to do that, and he
Yeah,
can be
he
the.
sounds like a distraction.
distraction.
Yeah, he sounds like a good opportunity to.
and then you hear this almighty sort of shout of sort of joy, and then this voice with this sort of we come out with a bang. Oh, planes, you're back. And you would presume that somewhere up here he appears to have found Sebastian Flamegale, who was part of the Soul Gazers. So you think there's probably two of them up here, just further north of where you are. From your man, you know that there's some stairs over here, but you're not sure where they go. And there's supposed to be another side of this floor with stairs going up into the castle, but you can't quite see how to get across to there. You would suppose there may be tunnels, there may be a passage further north that you've not found, that you can't see on the map.
No. I think maybe we just walk north, and if we find these guys, we find them. What do we think?
They're heading back up.
Yeah. Northwest-ish.
Okay. They're heading.
Man, this
That's
map
good.
is so cool.
No.
It would help if I didn't keep putting you on a teleport grid when I put you back on the map. It's all right. It desperately wants to teleport Dot.
So many
Leave
dice
over
just got rolled. That's so brutal.
I'm
You were
so glad I didn't actually
wise.
do that.
You were wise not to go there. You were wise not to go there. There's a lot of whites in that. I don't think you'd got that. But anyway, detail.
Love it. Love
There
it.
we
love
go.
It.
You're back up there. This Dot's not in there. I'll get rid of her in a minute.
That's sure.
There
Okay.
you go.
What do
So
we
you
think?
keep going up.
That's-
You can see them. You can see Flamescale and Flamegale and Blaine's Thunderhelm up here chatting like old buddies. There's some bats around. There doesn't look to be everything of interest appears to have dissipated or gone with the noise. It's really noisy. It's like a rock concert in a crypt down here.
What's up, boys? How we doing?
They look and Blanks is like, this is Seb. Seb, he's the singer. And there's this elf with like flaming red hair, looks slightly pale, and has just got flaming hands. And he's just standing there going, oh, have you done it? You said you were going in. Have you made it? Have you done it?
Oh yeah, no one even died. It was great. No problem. It was good. I mean,
So this
look,
guy's
he's not-
standing there this guy's standing there in this sort of red velvet coat. He's got flame cuffs. He's got too many rings. He's just the absolute frontman. There was no doubt about it that this guy was the frontman of the band. You know about him. He got banned from everywhere. He got chucked out the College of Glamour. He was the guy who rewrote the College of Glamour's motto to "Make 'em weep, make 'em burn," and probably got thrown out. And so he wrote rituals, his rock ballads to summon audiences. They said that that's how he sold out all of his gigs. So you have the two of them.
He's the one who put narcotics in all of his songs.
it was fine.
They go, there's supposed to be a tunnel. There's supposed to be a tunnel further north of here. We never really got that far. It's where we were headed after we did the crypt, but we never did the crypt because like we got stuck, and then there were the whites and there were the ghosts and there were the shadows, and they are just bloody nasty. And then we ended up trapped down here. But
I mean,
meant to be
hot
a passage.
tip for next time: you don't need to teleport. You just need a strong guy.
And they look and they look at Drumstick and go, "Wow."
Oh man, he's so strong. Gregor's like, exactly.
Like
You bring a guy like this.
I mean,
What's
it's
the-
bird.
Yeah, hey, this
Need to
you
get
big
the
dog.
animated
You
thing.
He's
beat
a
me to it.
real bird.
This guy, he's a real bird. He's a real bird.
Right,
This
cool.
guy-
To prove the point.
So they
you're
start-
not gonna get it anywhere else. Where else?
They
you gonna
start
get?
heading away up this sort of a passageway, which is relatively well lit comparatively. You don't notice any names on any of these tombs. They drag you forward. They're just chatting like old friends who've not seen each other for a while, and which is strange because they didn't go down here much before you did. Through the light, you see a sort of a shadow slinking round a corner. You think there's still things down here. You hear the scuttling of a spider across the roof. You look up and there's a normal-sized spider scuttling
Starring
across
with-
the roof. Just a tiny little normal-sized
Yep.
spider.
It still,
And
it still takes 3d8 radiant damage.
excellent.
Someone's
this-
frying tarantulas.
The spider falls off the ceiling. The sunlight radiated out almost this far. You think that everything within this bottom half of this crypt has probably either moved out or been fried in the time that you were short resting, having a sandwich, chatting, having an existential crisis. I'll move the dog. There is a dog. There's so many things on this map. And they're working their way further and further north through this crypt. You roll perception.
All of us.
I think we should have gone right. No, I think we should.
Do you want to go right?
Left turn at Albuquerque.
19.
That's 14.
Oh, good work, Dorothea. Very good.
Dorothea, with a, where have we got?
Don't
With
fall
a
into the pit.
28, with a 28 and a 19, you see through that door that's open that there is a huge pit shaft behind that particular crypt door. And you see it as you approach, and you close the door, I assume, so nobody wanders in there by accident. You, with a 28, you can hear very faint music, very quiet, very slow, like a very slow waltz coming from further north in this chamber.
DM, do I recognize this music?
Yeah, roll history.
Okay.
Who's
Can
going
I
to stop
use-
us from waltzing back into rekindled flames?
I think I've got a candy that gives me advantage on a history check. I do.
Oh, you're eating the
I do.
sweets.
I'm eating I say, I think I've got a candy for this. And I eat my feather bread that gives me advantage on an insight or a history check, and I forget a face. And the face I forget is of Ash's ex, who almost killed me.
In fairness, she didn't have much face left.
Hey, awesome.
What was her name, Ash?
I'll come back to you on that.
Yeah. So I
Okay.
rolled a nat 1, and then I got a 12.
Okay.
I don't even remember the name of the girls that you've dated.
I mean,
Yeah,
Ash's
Gregor
body
can't
counts
remember it.
presumably in the hundreds.
I knew not many belts is all she'll ever be.
I think Ash has like a room full of belts, not notches.
Settle down.
Hey,
Rich.
oh, I find that this guy gets it.
With a 12, it's got the essence of something, but it's not quite right. You can't place it. It'd be
Sure.
familiar, but no, you don't know it.
All good.
Further this way. Which way would you like to go from here?
I don't know this song well. It strikes my memory somewhere, but I would defer to you guys. Which way with the Bairns and the Soul Blazers who we found.
Yeah, yeah.
Do they know
This-
which way the tunnel is?
The Soul Blazers think that the tunnel is up to the north edge of this platform. They're saying that so Blades is like, well, we were going to the crypt. We went down these stairs, and he points to the stairs at the western end, and he's like, those stairs go up, and then they go up, and then they go up, and you have to get through
want to go up.
and they go through the rubble, and so we got through, but it didn't really go anywhere. It just kept going. It was dark. It was full of bats. There wasn't any way out. It just kept going round and around and around and around. Eventually, we just came back down again. And thought we would go and do the crypt. We thought if we went up there, we might do the heart, but the heart wasn't there.
No.
Okay, well, let's
have
follow
we
them for
got-
now.
Have we got 10 minutes? Can you guys, so I can ritually cast Detect Magic, which I feel like is helpful for the not dying from stupid magic traps. It'll take me 10 minutes to ritually cast that if you guys like.
I think we
Make
could
a
probably
perimeter.
risk it.
I think that I'm going to ritual cast comprehend languages so I can speak Arakocra with drumstick at the same time.
Oh, that's sweet.
Hey, now in here, I'm a bird.
And Gregor turns to drumstick and goes,
Just nattering away. Man,
Nice.
with that sword, that was you like a blender. Love those guys. It's so good.
at some point, someone sounds like a peacock.
Like just doing
Alright.
bird dances.
You're standing there, ritually detecting magic. I'm assuming the rest of you will stay there, so nothing tries to murder
That was
Ash.
that was the
I'm assuming that was the subtext of that question was, have you got 10 minutes to stand around me chatting so I don't die? Okay.
yeah.
You
Holding weapons ready to actions just in case.
yes. You also
Ready to
have
stab.
a really fluffy dog. That's
Yes.
sort of
Murder hound. Yes.
a hound that's just sort of lying at your feet while you're casting in the corridor. There's a sort of a shout from further north while you're casting, and you hear Flengale go, "Well, what have we up here then?" And there's this hammering noise and some banging noise, and you hear the waltz stop in the background, and then you hear that, and lots of what sounds like high-fiving and power chords going on up from the top.
We got another
And then
spell.
quietly the waltz starts again.
Guess who found their opener?
There. Now they can be the
Yeah, it's cute.
Okay. All right. So if once detect magic is up, I guess
Yep.
we can meander towards.
So
Are we
with-
following those guys, or are we?
I think so. Worst case scenario, we're gonna kill them and take their loots, but I think it's cool.
Valid. So with your detect magic up, you detect that some of these, chambers around you have teleport traps within them. You don't detect any particular magic items in here that you can immediately ping that would be worth going offline for. You think that there's potentially something magical over there. You cannot see any more teleport traps in the corridors up here.
Cool. Okay. The thing that the item or the thing that you pinged, what
Yeah.
skill of magic was it?
Oh, it would be. Let me remember. I think transmutation off the top of my head.
Okay. Right. Or one of them fancy physics wizard ones. Okay. Okay. All right. So as we're going, Ash is kind of going, nothing there, nothing there, nothing there. Don't go in that room.
Cool.
Yep.
Off we go.
Okay. So you're heading up with them for now?
Yep.
Okay. As you head up, you miss all the traps. Again, as you move, you can almost feel the whole crypt. So I've just move you. It's all right. It's putting you in this pit for no good reason. You don't need to go in a pinnace, I promise. There you go. Just move you up there. You can hear this. It's almost like the undead here are moving out the way as you move. You feel watched, but you don't see anything in this passageway at the moment. As you get up to the top up here, you see Flengale and Blaine's Thunderhelm standing outside a crypt, and you see a passage that they have unlocked, apparently by whacking it really hard with a guitar. That is
Yeah, that's how
open
you do
door.
it.
It
Yeah.
is how you open doors. And the music is louder here.
As in the slow waltz music. that we're
Yeah,
hearing.
this slow waltz. And they're standing there outside this crypt going, it was creepy the last time we came up here. It's still creepy. And they're starting to move towards this doorway.
Creepy in what way?
What?
Like, the
Well,
whole damn
who lis-
place is creepy. So what makes this bit like,
Who listens to waltzes anyway? I mean, that would be ridiculous. I mean, who listens to that stuff?
Well, I mean, they've got their place.
There's a fancy dance boy here, and
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a
I
time
mean, at
to
some
waltz.
point in 200,
and I've written quite a
few.
few in 3/4 time. I'm surely you guys had at least some. I mean, I know you're a rock and rolly, but like, surely you had at least something in 3/4.
Yeah.
They just look at you and go, drumstick, 2, 3, 4. And then this huge, great power chord, then flame scale just starts headbanging. And this flaming hair is out and everywhere. And they're like, these guys have never played a waltz. It's just, they've not played anything out of 4/4 time ever. Not ever. They've not even gone into like any of the other rhythms.
Well, I mean, they're good at what they do. Stick to what you know, right?
Yeah. They start working their way through their entire
I keep
repertoire.
changing genres, so
Look, I mean, cool guys. We probably should keep moving now. I mean, like, I want to hear it, but like, we should play this over Bonzarovich's corpse.
yeah, maybe we should be a bit quieter.
And they were like,
but-
yeah, corpse.
Well,
And they move into Break the Sky, which is a sort of a Flame Gale classic. But as far as you're aware, it's only ever been played once, and he never quite got to the end of it because the stage caught fire. Famous. And they start, basically, they've just stopped at the door of this passageway and started rocking out, waiting for you guys to make a decision about what you're going to do.
I think we go
I
this
think
way.
we go into the passageway. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Doesn't look locked. There's not another portcullis.
There's no portcullis. There's a door which they smashed open using their their loot.
Cool.
Ash, with your detect magic up, you think that there is. You think that it's difficult to know. You think that there is something within this crypt. Difficult to, not a school as such. Difficult to describe. There's
And
definitely
is
there's something.
Not where the music is coming from.
It's certainly in the location of the music, but there is something there. I don't know. Maybe it's a music box. Who knows?
I'm going to inspect the door of that crypt for
Okay.
traps and
Okay.
so forth.
The door is closed. You can roll investigation for traps.
That's a natural one for 9.
If it feels like a trap, you're already in.
Looks safe.
It does look
Looks
entirely
good.
safe.
We trust, bro. I mean, should we check it out? What do you think?
Up to you.
Yeah. Ash is pretty
Yeah.
convinced that he's checked it thoroughly, so he's going to go in.
Okay. As Ash goes into this crypt, it's not cold in here. There's no. It's the music stops, and it's incredibly still. And standing at the center of this room, on top of this crypt, is a figure that is just completely still.
Oh, shit. Do I recognize? Do we any of
you-
us recognize this person? Yeah, we're
Are
with
you
Ash.
going up
I would be with Ash.
But you'd go and help Ash, okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
The magic that you're getting, Ash, is coming from a necklace that this woman is currently wearing, and just glowing with this magic. And Gregor, you recognize her instantly. Um, her hair looks a bit darker, but it might just be that it's quite dark down here. She's still razor sharp, and she just stands and pulls herself up incredibly tall and tight, and then bends backwards. This would be Kacha.
Yeah. Oh, she's just all angled, Kacha. Ash. Yeah. Does she would appear to be human, or does she look like she's dead?
She looks dead in the way that Blanks and Sebastian look dead. She also looks human, but she does not look alive. And she sort of pauses and looks at you and goes, "You made it." A surprise.
Oh, cat. The bear learned some tricks, Kacha. Be gentle with me. It is good to see you. Ashran, Kacha Tavain, Kacha Ashran. This is Drumstick. This is Dorothea. I do not know.
Ashran does a gentle curtsy.
Oh.
With that, Katia bows, but just completely straight with one leg extended out behind her, and she just bends in the middle and touches her palms flat to the floor and keeps the eye contact all the way down, and then returns to standing. And she goes, "Interesting company you keep. You ribbon,
Or my
or are you
Ilenia,
action?"
Ilenia deemed me worthy of proficiency. You may not believe it, but even beyond that, she graded me master. Do not roll your eyes.
Dorothea interrupt?
Oh, Dorothea.
I just want to interrupt and say like, because obviously, like, I haven't fully worked out who she is, except that you know her, etc. I just want to say, look, I don't know why you're picking on him, but like, we've done the Crypt thing, and the rest of you guys are dead. So,
Whoa, no.
And should like
That chick. Yeah.
delimbed a spider.
Did you collect her ribbon before?
That
Yep.
Ilenia, Ilenia, I don't want to be that guy. I'm ribboned. Ilenia saw in me some potential. She trained me. I am likely a poor facsimile. No, she did not train me in glass. Yes, you are the only one to do it, and you know you're the only one to do it well. Now, I like your necklace. I am very glad to see you. Alive is not a word. I do not know if that applies. I imagine you have business with Von Zarovich, not dissimilar to us. Would you care to join us?
She smiles. It's the first time I think you have ever seen her smile. And she,
unnerving. She's, the record, this girl is like classically Eastern European supermodel hot. Like scalding hot. Never any romantic interest in Gregor because he looks like a barn. But like she's like scalding hot ballerina kind of person.
But she's currently a bit undead.
I think a little.
she's
I
not
think a
as,
little
she's not as
frozen in
bossy
bone.
anymore.
No. The angular features are just bones. Those are just your bones, your cheekbones.
she jumps off this crypt and lands next to you, and she puts her one hand on your chest and one hand on the wrap around your wrist, and goes, "You take what isn't yours as well, I see. Then I shall come."
He goes to explain, and she just walks past him, and he's just like,
Yeah, she just walks past you.
She is completely unchecked. Extraordinarily useful person to have. Don't worry about it. Very, very vain.
Okay. So she's wearing a necklace. That's the thing that's magical. Just as a that's where that light's coming from. It would be an abjuration.
Okay.
Looks like a pendant with a sun. It's definitely warding of some description.
I don't. I presume I don't recognize it. This
No,
is not
you don't
Colette's
recognize
stunt.
it.
Okay.
No.
I would just quietly mention that as she walks ahead, because she would just, I know Kacha, she would just start walking. I would just mention to Ash as an aside, the necklace she is wearing is not traditional of our academy. I do not recognize it. This is not something that my organization provides.
On that note, I mean, Dorothea has a question that's been growing for a
Mm.
while. And,
Yeah.
like, I love that we've found all these people and they seem really cool. But,
Mm.
like, I mean, they're undead. They're literally in Strahd's basement. Like, and we've found them too damn easily. I know I've said it before, but if it feels like a trap, you're already in one. And I'm just really worried that we're damn close to them outnumbering us.
And sort of their support is conditional until Von Zarevich tells them to kill us.
Probably.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting that they ended up in the basement after they died. Like,
Would he not
And
just
that
tear
they're
them
like-
to shreds?
Yeah,
Kacha,
why did he keep them?
yeah.
And if he
And I
kept
mean-
them, why is it so easy for us to get them out? And they seem so friendly. And we have weird feedback or echo or something.
Mm.
We have I have Zone of Truth, the spell. Dorothea, Ashran, Drumstick, if you feel this is foolish, I won't do it. But I think we could somewhat compel them to be honest with us as to their relationship with Strahd and how they died, if you felt it was useful.
sounds reasonable to me.
I also-
Is their current relationship to Strahd and the power that he has over them, but is there any
Sure.
chance here, for example, that he might hold a power over them that they don't even know about? I mean, you Zone of Truth them, you say what's going on here, and they give us the real story about how they died and now they're in a crypt, and they're really grateful that we came back because they don't know what power he has over
No.
them.
For sure. I think very valid, Dorothea, very valid. I think maybe at a certain point we leave them behind is probably the safest thing to do.
Or use
But
them
I
as
do
a
not-
distraction.
Yeah, we'd send them out into the forecastle and, the forecourt of the castle, and they just start breaking shit. I don't know.
But then is there a danger in them knowing what we want to do?
No, I think everyone knows what we want to do.
Kacha
Yes.
came with the same strategy, well, the same job that I had to do. So that was when she was still alive.
They already knew what we wanted to do even without us saying it. I mean,
But I like,
unless
yeah,
I love the idea of getting them to help us. I mean, people keep sending small groups of people down here and it keeps failing. So 4 of us, I mean, I was trying to be hopeful, but let's be honest, we probably haven't had much of a chance. But if we can team up with them, if that's actually possible, then maybe more of us together is a great idea. But at the same time, like, this is Strahd's home turf. Like,
he works in deception. I could not agree more.
these guys
think
are like, they recognize you
mysterious,
guys.
right?
They're happy to see you. It just, if it feels like a trap.
I think before we find ourselves in front of Von Zarevich, we ask ourselves seriously if they should accompany us. And if not, I'm sure they will find gainful use killing zombies somewhere else in this.
There's
wretched
this
place.
squeal of guitar string and generalized sort of echoing off to the distance from the middle of this passageway that they opened. That
Mm.
while you were chatting, Flingale and Blake's Thunderhelm just headed off down there. And
Also, even if they are on our side, that dude is going to get us into trouble.
Also,
Like 100%,
We're burning
100%.
time on my detect magic. Can we walk and
We will keep. We can of
Walk
course
and
walk
talk.
and talk. Walk and
Let's
talk.
keep going.
Walk and talk.
So as you walk down this tunnel, as your detect magic pings off almost immediately, and you can see that the two musically talented um, rock stars may have just fallen down this chute that is concealed in the middle of this corridor that just glows as you walk towards it. And if you sort of look, you can see a chute disappearing off under the floor, and up through that you can hear power chords and laughter.
Awesome.
Right there. Crap.
Oh, cool. I throw a rope down through the illusion. If it is an illusion, I just like unspool some rope, send it down that way. Come on up.
As you do that, you sort of pull Sebastian Blanco out of this hole, just sort of the rope slightly singed where he's holding onto it, and howling with laughter, and then you can hear Bane stand out going, "Send it down again!"
Of course, man.
And you pull them up as well. Essentially, they're just stupid. Chaotic, stupid, maybe. There's a trap in the middle of this thing that Ash just pointed out. You can fly over it, climb over it, climb over the ceiling, jump over it, pirouette over it. Yeah, Kacha walks up to it, sort of puts one hand down and gently just sort of springs off one hand and just flies across this pit and just lands, flips in the other direction, and just looks at them with absolute disdain as she lands on the other side.
God, she can jump so far. Gregor's he's just going to roll a performance check to see if he can jump as far as she did. He doesn't expect that he can, but he's going to try.
Yeah, you go for him.
I get auto advantage, which is nice. That's a 30 on performance. So I do her move. I'm
But
like,
better.
yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm in the ribbon Gregor god. Anymore, and I would be a bird, Kacha. But you wouldn't know about that.
Because you're not a bird.
Because you're not a bird. You're an egg. That's a massive diss in Arakocra. You don't even know. You're an egg.
And land next to him and fold my arms.
Massive high five. That's it. You're breaking rules, Drumstick. This guy rules, Kacha. He doesn't just yell at people and tell them their pirouettes are bad.
She's completely non-responsive. She just ignores you completely, like you're a petulant child that is just not worth her engagement in any way, shape, or form.
Yes. Kacha frowns and
Sure,
walks away.
she knows she lost.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one. Oh, my God. Dorothea, I'm pretty sure I herniated my back. I just pushed. God, it hurts so much. She's so... Jesus.
I'm trying to impress the girl that's never gonna
You get to the end of this tunnel, and Ash, you can see that this wall in front of you is illusory. It's just, it looked like a stone wall, but isn't.
There's something through there, but maybe we should send the zombie through, the zombie guitarist through first.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, bear.
The heavy
get in there.
intellect.
Yeah. He seems to, he doesn't mind going wherever he's in. Right? Go through that wall.
He goes straight through the wall. I'll move you up to the wall so you can see where he is. But there you go. He walks straight through the wall. He's on the other side of this wall. So he's here. Nothing appears to have happened to him. There's stairs going up to a landing and then round a corner. There's also a flight of stairs going down. So this illusory wall comes up halfway up a flight of stairs going up.
Seems legit. Let's go.
Very good.
Okay. This is a very large party. There is still a dog. If I move the dog as well, we'll be here all night.
That's fine. He's
Okay.
We know we got a dog, a spoon, a second spoon.
All the spoons.
I can theoretically cast the dog several more times if we need to, so we
Yeah,
could have
fine.
like a whole fleet of dogs.
Oh, nice.
Party.
A little
Oh,
sleep to like drag us up the
Hey.
stairs.
As you get to the top, send them all up.
Oh, out of
Um,
character, Sarah, you're 100% right. These guys are going to attack us.
Oh yeah, it's a trap.
It
is a trap.
100%. 100%.
Wait, you think that these guys are going to trap? Okay.
If
Yeah.
I was a betting man, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say
you
nothing
turn
like a
one up
straight
the
to
staircase.
Yes.
I am definitely willing to believe that it's possible they don't even have any idea themselves.
Mm.
Like it is possible that the way they are behaving is entirely genuine for their current level of consciousness and knowledge. But it was way too easy that we walked into that place and started finding people who were on our sides in crypts.
Valid.
You're so untrusting, Dorothea. It's definitely fine. These are like cool
Look,
guys.
what can I say? I've learned not to trust people.
Ah,
So you have come out at the top of a flight of stairs. You're all here.
cool.
Apparently you're all on top of each other, but you are all there.
And the music changed.
Ooh, where?
Can we
Ash.
can we see
It's
that
like-
person?
You cannot see a person in here. Unless anybody's got unless true sight is still up.
The dog has true sight, but
The
it would
dog
only...
can see a person.
Okay.
So you would know if the dog would give you that information.
The dog would alert, I guess, that something is there.
Yep.
There's something there, guys, that we can't see. Where's your magic?
Okay.
Where's your see invisibility magic?
Should we just throw cantrips in there? Yeah, I can do that. Okay, yeah. See invisibility. I guess see invisibility.
Okay.
Put my goggles on.
You see an elven man sitting behind a desk.
Ash, there's a big nerd in there reading a book.
Does he look like me, nerd? Like 20?
No, like if you were really uncool and old and bad.
Okay.
Like you cool.
Would I
Hey,
recognize?
I take the goggles off. I self-remove self-invisibility to look at Ash. We're going to talk about negative self-talk, man. Great. You're a good
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
Friend.
After this.
After
this.
I put him back. Okay, later, but I can pat him on the back. Good guy. Anyway,
As
stick the door in.
this guy turns towards you, roll a wisdom save and then roll for initiative.
Cool.
Are
And
we
that's just
all
me
rolling a wisdom save or only the
All
person who
rolling
gets
a wisdom save. I'm just going to move these guys in because they don't give a fuck.
Is it a spell?
No, it's a feature.
17 for my save?
Pass.
And he's not
Thanks.
charming us.
No.
14 for my save.
I
Is he trying to
rolled,
frighten us?
No, he's not going to frighten you.
Okay,
Um,
yeah, 14 for
I
my
rolled
save.
I rolled a 14. If that doesn't pass,
That doesn't succeed.
then I will use guarded mind so that I do succeed.
Okay.
And I'm going to expend a bardic on my 12. So
Okay.
to make it 15.
So anything less than a 16 just takes 10 psychic damage. And save takes 5. Kacha takes 5. Both of the rock stars take full 10. And your head is filled with the screams of thousands and thousands of people who have died and are dying. And you know that this man has either killed or witnessed the deaths of thousands upon thousands upon thousands over the centuries.
So we take the
man.
5 if we passed, yeah?
5 on a pass, 10 on a fail, psychic damage.
And then, oh, sorry, you wanted us to roll initiative as well.
Yeah, so he stands up and goes, do you have an invitation or are you just dropping in?
Can we all see him now, or is it still just?
Yes, you can all see him.
Do I recognize?
And your dog is
Rahadin
still
from
there.
the description.
You do recognize Rahadin from your briefing.
Yeah.
In 25
This is
word
Strahd's
briefing.
major domo.
Yeah, this is his boy. You're the butler. Well, you're about to get
Yeah.
down in the study with a candlestick. Like
Call him
Pogo style. With the drums. You can call me Colonel Mustard, Mr. Friend. Throw a chair at him. I'm Professor Plum, baby. Boom.
And I mean, I don't know what you
And I'm
mean
Professor
about
Drum.
whether or not we've been invited, but everyone wants to hear us play.
The drumstick says that. I say, yeah, we're the professors, and we're here to fuck you up. We have full degrees.
Initiative.
Was 9.
Drumstick.
I think I got 19. It just disappeared. Let me.
You did.
19. Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
19.
Gregor.
13.
And your last, that you.
With a 38 initiative. Okay. I've been
24.
playing in a crypt for 40 years, Kacha. God, your cheekbones are
Dot.
amazing.
I got 18.
8.
18.
Yep. All right. Blank's got 3. Right. Rahadin goes, but Rahadin just looks at everybody and steps around the day. Where, given that you know that you're going into this, where would you like to be? I'll let you, choose your position, because if you want to still be on the stairs, you can still be on the stairs.
We can't get into melee range with him, can we?
Yeah, you can have just marched straight in. It's only 10 foot. If you wanted to march straight up to the dudes as soon as you could see him, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Can I
That
just above the table for a second? He is
Yes.
not a priority. I'm pretty sure Sluvik said it would be great if he died, but this might be an opportunity for our esteemed friends to stay and fight the good fight if we can find a way to keep moving.
Oh, yeah. Is that a thing you want me to do? Because I can do that.
You can do that. Oh, as in,
Well,
you'd
like,
ask them.
I can sort of punch people so hard that they just lie down for like a while and they don't really get to see if they don't do that. That just happens to them. And then like parents could just wail on him with a guitar for like until he stood up.
Okay.
I mean,
Basically,
that
I
sounds
can
good.
not. Yeah, so like if I hit someone with an attack, I can just make them prone, which will give Bance and Kacha. I mean, Kacha's fucking like, she's really strong. She could probably wail on this guy for a bit.
I mean, that sounds quite useful. And maybe that gives us a chance to sort of
Suss out
see
their
whether or
goodness.
not they actually help.
Done.
And put some distance between us and them in case they don't.
So Catcher's moved to here. Flangale jumped across the desk as soon as this guy appeared and is over there. Blaine's Thunderhelm is up here on the desk, standing there with his axe, which you do have to keep reminding him actually could be used as a musical instrument, but he is more intent on clubbing people to death with it right at the minute. You guys are all over here.
Maybe he'll let me play it one day.
Maybe.
If there's anything left of it.
Yeah.
Rahadin rolls to attack and blinks and misses. And then he tries to attack again, currently on Flangale, and again misses. Fucking shit rolls, man. Mechanically, if you want to take your actions ahead earlier in the initiative, Katia is next, and then Seb. So if you want to try and get out of here while they're attacking, you are welcome to do that.
What do we
Because
think?
they will hold their action if you wanted to move.
Kacha, do you think you can sort this man out while we go attend to some other issues?
Katia just looks at you and doesn't. She just raises an eyebrow and then looks back at him.
Okay,
You don't think
well-
there's any particular
God,
particular concern.
you're so cold. I got a type. I need to. All right, we should. This is not helpful for
Of course
me.
she's
Drumstick.
cold. She's bloody dead.
Yeah, but like, isn't it great? She's so inaccessible. It's just Gregor is just struck.
You watch as Kacha just spins round and catches him under his jaw with the very edge of her foot and does 18 damage through the side of his throat and knocks him prone.
Yeah, okay, dude. I can see
Ashrin-
why you think that there's some things about it that are kind of hot.
Ashrin looks at Kacha and goes,
Langell
I'm
whistles.
immune- I'm immune to being charmed, but
I lean to Drumstick. I'm like, one is called Rising Slice, and it's really, really hard to do. And that was like I would not say it to Kacha, but that was like form perfect Rising Slice. That took me like 6. First time I did that, my leg fully dislocated, straight out the hip bone. It's really hard. It's really hard. God. All right, we should go. This is not good for me. I think we should go for very selfish personal reasons. We should go.
Drumstick's just going to chip in. He's going to be like, I feel like if we see them help us take Strahd's second in command down, that's probably a pretty good indicator of whether we can trust them.
I
Right.
still don't think it tells us what sort of control he might have over them when we get to his domain.
no, but he wouldn't
But-
let
I
Rahadin
don't think he'd let him
die to
die.
them.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm keen to. I mean, look, if I cast message, I really want to show Kacha that I can
Oh
find
yeah,
it.
we've got our little pin.
You don't need
Yeah.
to cast message. We've got the pin.
Oh. Really
Mm.
shown by Kacha. I know it's selfish.
So you're saying you want to stand here and kill the guy yourself? Because
I want to kill him better than Kacha does, but like that's pretty selfish of me. So we're democratic
Kacha
band.
takes a second attack as he's prone and just spins and just lands on
I'm not
point
sure she's leaving
his-
his anything left.
on
to do.
his larynx. Just beautifully, just lands on point on his larynx and does 26 bludgeoning damage on his throat.
Oh my God. Rising Slice into Kingslayer is very, Jesus, he's so good. I am compromised emotionally. We will do what you
Okay, in that case, we need to go
want. Okay.
because we need you. We need you. We need you being Gregor. She's cool, but we need you.
She took out quarter of his hit points with that attack.
Great. So
Oh,
she's
he's
got the
fine.
rest of his hit points. Brilliant. Let's
She's fine. It's Seb Blankales. He's looking at her in this adoring manner, and
I punch him. I punch him. Hey. Cool off, man. Cool off. You get everyone. You get everyone. No,
Dusty, you
it's
move
cool.
it. Are you getting out of here?
That's
Yeah,
what
we
they're
go,
all
we-
doing in the crypt is just one giant undead orgy.
So you
All
as
these
a
hot
set,
people in prison by Strahd.
it's totally it's what's happening.
Guys, we
You
really
as a
need to
set
get outta
are
here.
all on this. You on a set all go one after the other. So Drumstick, Dorothea, Gregor, Ash, one after the other. So if you want to move, you can move.
Nah, we'll bounce out. We'll bounce out.
Let's go.
Are you about to? You're leaving to it. Okay.
Have fun. I love
A
you.
door opens onto the south wall into this sort of hall. There's furniture strewn haphazardly all over. There's crumpled, crushed plate armor, scattered bones, sort of shields and swords just embedded in the walls. And there are doors. There's an archway out to the east leading to a set of stairs, which is over this way. And is your detect magic still up?
Yeah, so it's 10 minutes.
Yeah.
We
You
close.
think that there is also an illusion over here on that wall. So there's an obvious archway here, there is an archway here, and you think that there's an illusion there.
Illusion seemed to play pretty well last
Mm.
time.
Geographically, in terms of our sense of direction, actually, we have no idea in terms of where the tower spires are of the castle.
No.
As we came up from underneath it. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, okay. I guess in the initiative order into that space.
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
So,
agreed.
okay. So that would be coming in here. Well,
Can I fire off a starry wisp at him on my way out?
go for your life.
If he's prone, is that it?
Yes.
So that's a disadvantage.
Yes. You can have that.
Awesome. No, truly pretty good, so he doesn't freaking vanish.
So that's a 17 with
Just
disadvantage.
Say this again. 17 does not hit.
Yeah.
While you're watching this, you see Flame Gale with this huge flaming rapier, just trying to jump on top of him and sort of chopped his legs. It looks really ugly in comparison. There's like no grace involved at all. It's a complete hack and slash job. And
Doesn't matter as long as it
he's on the desk with his look going, yeah, waiting for his crack at him. You all come down into this. There doesn't appear to be anything in here. There's an illusion on this wall over here, or you can go across to either the south or to the east from this room.
Ashrin, we trust you. You tell us where to go, we go.
I think if there's an illusion, we follow it.
Hasn't treated us wrong so far.
Yeah, that makes sense to me because I have no idea where in the castle we are, other than that was Rahadman's office. But I don't actually know where that is in the castle. So
No.
You follow this this staircase up, and it climbs up within this castle. You feel it getting warmer. It smells less dank, and you find yourselves on the top of a spiral staircase. The staircase continues up, or there is a gap that you can get out of down into a room below.
What can we see of the room through the gap?
Cool stuff.
That's what you could see. So this looks like there's two cauldrons. You're not standing on one. Burning
see it.
brightly. Can you not see that?
No,
We
we're
can.
s-
There you go.
I can.
Well, that's hilarious because I've just disappeared and I can't see it.
Oh yeah, you're in a great spot. Hey Don, you can see really well.
You are.
You get-
Yeah, you are better. There you go. I'll put you there.
Thanks.
You are. If you get off, is that better? If you get
Yeah,
off on this layer, you can carry on up that staircase, or if you if you get off here, it looks like this is the foyer of the you can see out to the courtyard. There's these two cauldrons sort of burning brightly. There's no heat coming off them. It's just light. There's a relief flanking on the walls of this Lord of Barovia looking down from the castle over the land. There's some ornate sculptures of dragons in the corner of this room, and a set of double doors leading out to the courtyard, and a set of double doors to the east, which looks like they would go into the castle. So it looks like this staircase has brought you up to the foyer of the castle. So you would say that this is probably where you'd have come to if you'd have come across the bridge and got through the main gate and the courtyard.
I think
So-
Ash, do you want to get your map out again and see if we've got any idea?
I was gonna say, you beat me to it, Dot. I was gonna say, if we know where the heart is relative to here,
Yeah.
we could either keep going up the stairs we were doing, which were good,
Yeah.
or
Do
we
it
could follow.
from the
Great minds,
intense
Gregor, great
studying
minds.
of the maps.
Yep. From the
Relative-
map that you
Yeah, where is
Yeah.
the North Tower?
would be over would be over here. So you think if this is the ground floor or the courtyard level, you would expect the High Peak Tower to be accessed over on this side.
Great.
So the stairwell that we just
From this
came
floor.
from, we don't think that's the right spot.
No,
I think it's
you
the wrong
think that
tower.
that goes. You think that it does carry on up, but you don't think it's in the right spot of the castle. And certainly from within that tower shaft, as you look up, you can't see. It's dark above you, so you can't see anything within the shaft of this tower that would suggest that there is a radiant heart full of powerful magic.
Yep.
A
Okay.
heart
All
full
right.
of love / sorrow / death
Okay.
in this tower.
Onward.
Very good.
Onward, but not up.
So
Outwards.
so you open out into this large chamber. It is quiet. You can't hear anything here. Considering that you've just marched into the foyer of Ravenloft, it is disturbingly quiet. There's more noise coming up that stairwell from downstairs than there is on this level. And most of that appears to be high-fiving and power chords, and not a lot of otherwise screaming. There's you walk into this sort of entry, and there's these 4 massive columns rising up into the darkness with torch sconces on each column. So this room is well lit. There are 8 gargoyles perched on the ceiling around the top of this domed roof. And it looks like this whole dome was once painted with a sunlit sky, which is now covered in dust and shadow. To the north, there is a wide staircase lit by candle, going up to a large landing. There's a set of double doors to the east, and a set of double doors and a hallway going down to the south. There's a set of doors over here, and then there's a corridor going off down to the south.
I think we wanted to go through the east doors, then immediately go north. See if we can find an entryway into the tower. No?
This sounds good. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Okay. So you go across and you open these eastern doors into this hall. It's much darker in here. There's dusty suits of armor lining this entire hallway. It's shrouded. It's like it's never been used. It's shrouded in dust and stretching out. There's cobwebs hanging like drapes from the vaulted ceilings, and the hallways are lined with these statue knights. And the doors close behind you, and the room starts to fill with mist, and one of the statues starts to crumble and fall to the ground. And who enters the Hall of Faith? Have you served the righteous, or have you succumbed to your own greed and fear and lust and desire? Will you sacrifice the greater good, or will you serve yourself? And then crumbles, just disappears into dust on the ground. And the
This
doors of
doesn't feel great.
And the doors at the far end of this chamber open as this revealing what looks like a chapel.
Oh,
Led by
Thought?
blind. Led by blind faith. Let's do it.
We didn't think that stairwell was the one that we wanted, the big one leading off of the main entrance. We want to go. I feel like we're sort of heading more east than north.
Forgive me, Ash. I thought, out of character, Matt thought we needed to go right then rather than up directly based on Emma's marker on the map.
So it looks like the stairwell you need for the heart is over here from your map. You think this map, you think that staircase that you can see, it clearly goes to a landing, and then it's more like it's like the wedding staircase. It's a big dual staircase coming down from the floor above. It's not it's not a spiral staircase going up into a tower.
Are there inconsistencies with the drawn maps that I've seen so far? Like, as we've come through, is there anything else that would clue me in that the map is not accurate?
Apart from that, he said the map wasn't necessarily accurate.
Other than that.
Apart from that, no, you are unclear. So let me put yours map up. So this map, you would think you are. Let me just zoom that in for you. There you go. You would think you've come in here at the moment. And you've probably come through here. And you think you've probably got to get over there somewhere.
Okay.
To this circular bit over here that's going to sit up here and then become up here. You don't think he stacked the map well. You think that where you are, that staircase is the one going up here. And you're currently coming down here. And you want to get over there, which comes up over here and then comes up over there.
Sense of scale of this place. 1,000 feet. Do I think that'd get me like 1,000 feet in any direction from me? Would that get me the edges of the castle?
Yeah.
Locate object.
On the heart?
Oh!
On the heart?
Yep.
Nice.
No worries.
Good work, Ashrin.
You absolutely locate the heart. You know that the heart is in this tower, which is over here. And you know it is 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 floors up in that tower shaft. So that would be about 150, 200 feet up in that tower shaft.
Great.
But it's definitely in that tower shaft. That's where it is.
Okay.
We just got to get through this hall and not be greedy.
Okay.
I think.
The walls of this corridor are made of stone, presumably.
The walls of this passage are made of stone. If you're asking, do you think you could tunnel straight the way across into the stairwell? Yes, the answer would be yes, you could.
Oh, Drumstick coming in big time.
Aarakocra science hole in the wall, straight through.
Really clear wingspan, boy.
Spell is actually called. I think it's stone shape.
Okay.
Glass wall or stone shape?
I think it's stone shape.
Is that going to anger the dudes on the wall, though?
That's a great question.
Who doesn't need an Aarakocra-sized hole in?
I'm sure I convinced the bartender that it was fine. So, like, maybe I could
crack of the bill too, because we'll send a bill back to Raharden if he leaves for the modification.
Yep, good
This
idea.
is rent, man. Labor cost.
stone
Okay.
shape.
Okay. It's straightforward. This isn't a deep wall. It's probably 4 or 5 foot of stone in entirety, and you make a passage straight the way through into the stairwell on the other side. You can see stairs going down from here, but you can also see that there are stairs rising up from here, going up into the floor above. And as you look up into that stairwell, you see this red pulsing light high above you. It looks the shaft of this tower compared to the one you came up previously is about 65 foot wide. So this is a big tower as opposed to the very narrow staircase you were on before. It's about 60 foot wide, and you can see this giant crystal heart just beating with this red glow.
How far up did you say it was? About
Hanging
120 feet?
suspended. It's just further up than that. It's about 150, 160 feet up, just pulsing in this tower above you.
Drumstick, amazing. Just amazing work. Really good stuff, man.
You hear this clattering and banging of various things, and clattering through the entranceway is your old friends, new friends, Blaints and Flame Gale and Katia Tuvain. Not looking even vaguely, well, Katia isn't anyway, vaguely worse for wear. Flame Gale's got a bloody nose, which he's a little upset about, because it just, maybe it goes to the image.
Sure.
They're currently sitting in the back in the foyer over here.
Cool. They've done good. I think we go up, we get a bit closer to this heart, and we start dismantling it. Is the Ashran, Dorothea, do we got to do something special? Like, fill it full of butter or something?
I think it needs to be a wooden stake.
Oh.
Maybe one of your drumsticks or something. And also just on the side, DM have sent you a message in Messenger. Just FYI.
Mm-hmm. Got you.
Thank you.
Drumstick, you can actually play the drums, so don't use yours. I get out one of my drums. just run your hand along and just take the drum, the little round hard drumstick off the top by just stripping it with one hand, and it's just I'd probably make a couple. How many of these do we need? Ash, Dorothea, we got sticks. Should we just go up and throw them into the
so
heart?
I want to stop at 119 feet from the heart.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay. Assumed. I didn't think you were going to put next to it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. And at 119
more-
feet, I'm just going to guiding bolt it.
Yeah. Okay. I was going to
What's
say more
the,
of a range. So this, I'm just moving these guys up. This whole tower starts to rock and move and shudder. There we go. So you are about there you go. You're on the landing up here. You are, if you go up a little bit more, you'll hit 120 feet. The heart itself sits several levels above this. You can see the tower getting narrower in terms of the steps around it as the heart fills the space within it. You're currently on the the second floor and this will be 5 floors up mechanically.
What's
The other,
the
you've still got a
stairwell
dog and they're filling you up. Yep.
What's the stairwell look like?
The stairwell's a stone, it's a stone stairwell just going round and round the edge of this tower, spaced at almost like the numbers on a clock face all the way around this tower and mirrors. as
we
you go up, just hundreds and hundreds of mirrors. It would be like a mirror ball within this tower. You can see the red of this pulsing light reflecting off these mirrors. It's like the whole of the inside of this tower sparkles.
As we walk up sort of the first bit of it, if anyone's noticing Dorothea, she's actually initially avoiding looking in those mirrors because she doesn't usually like to. But there's something about it that just keeps drawing her attention. And at one point, she sort of lags behind you a few steps and she sings, "I'll stare directly at the sun, and this time in the mirror." And she stands and she just looks into one of those mirrors. Deeply.
As Dorothea looks into the mirror, you see yourself in the mirror, but you see yourself singing, and you see yourself singing alongside a figure standing next to you, holding your hand, wearing a dark black cloak. And as you watch, Dorothea disappears into the mirror.
Your reaction was beautiful.
It's just, we were singing a lot before. You'd lag behind us. So we turn around and we're like, what are you? You're gone.
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
you got to
it's
see it.
just-
Yeah.
Just, yeah.
So we see her get pulled into the mirror.
You just see Dorothea almost in trance, just gazing at
Do I
the
think
mirror.
she's
and
been
step
charmed?
forward. You don't think she's been charmed. You think she went entirely of her own volition towards this mirror, and the mirror almost reached out and held her, and she disappeared. And the mirror is just a mirror.
Ash, I'd switched from basically anti-hero lyrics to "Baby, this is what you came for."
Well, natural selection. We're down to 3.
Let's keep going. The drum boys are back.
Let's kill the
Boys
heart
on
first,
to-
and then we can go
No.
and find her.
Christ.
Can we
think
like
Greg,
mark this mirror or something so we know which one
there
it was?
is- I will remember.
So
Once
you're
if I
going to
smash,
you're
did
going
you get back?
so you carry on out.
think we
You
have to.
don't
I
see
think we have
you
to.
are once you go up one more level, you are within. You're well within. You'd be within at this level, but certainly halfway up the next flight of stairs, you'd well be within range.
Does a 16 hit?
Yes, it does.
That was not 5th. Sorry, that's not rolled at 5th level. 4d6. That's the 13 radiant damage, and I
Okay.
believe the
And
next
it
hit
is
is
a
at
lift up.
advantage.
It absolutely is. The next hit is at advantage.
I will
Okay.
give a help action to either of these guys because I can't go that far, and I'm still pretty stressed about Dot being gone.
How close are we to it?
About 120 feet.
119
You're about
feet.
120 feet at the moment, or you can carry on out. You've also still got Blame Gale and a dog and Kacha and Blades Thunderhell with you climbing up this staircase.
But no spoon, which is truly the deepest.
There
loss
is
of
no
the voice.
spoon.
There is no spoon.
There is no spoon because it's with
For-
me.
For the first time in several days, Ash's sinuses have cleared.
God, Ash, you sound so non-nasally. You've got such a deep, strong voice.
Dot, as you step into this room through glass that did not break, it just parted and allowed you to walk in and seals behind you like a theatre curtain. You see this hall lying in complete stillness, a ballroom of breathless air, moonlight spilling in through these huge cathedral windows, and a chandelier covered in dust, gold beneath hanging, and there is no music. It is completely still, and you see him standing back to you, looking out of this window, just cloaked in shadow and solitude, this perfect silhouette, poised and heavy. And he turns and goes, "You came, and I hoped you might. Will you sing?"
I would love to sing for you. If you'd let me.
We used to just throwing javelins at the heart. And others.
Yep. I'm just trying to seduce a vampire. Don't mind me.
You are further on. Are you still guiding bolt? The heart is lit. What are you doing now?
Drumstick communicates to the other drum bros that he wants to get close enough to stab it with the hollow brand so that we can cast a spell on it that will then deal lots of damage to it.
Ah, of course. I think that would be okay. You can fly if
I
you
can
want to
fly.
go up. Yeah, you can. I think you could.
Are we worried about, like, if I get close, is bad things going to happen?
Nothing seems to
Um,
be.
I mean, Ash is worried, but Ash is always worried.
So Drumstick is right up at this level, at the top of this tower. This glowing heart, casting sparkling light with extra radiant sparkles because it's been hit and guiding bolted, and I would guess be hit and guiding bolted again and again. You can do whatever you want to it.
I'm going to stab it.
Your song is lovely, Sarah. I'm listening to it in the background.
I'm very concerned for what happens to Sarah seducing the vampire when he realizes the heart is dying.
Well, we want to do this quick.
I mean, he's a heartless bastard anyway, right? That's Sarah, not Dot, saying that.
Oh,
Great
did you
move to
want to-
serenade him while we kill him.
Dot
Oh,
would
no.
just tell you. Dot would just tell you, trust me, I can handle me a dangerous man. No, really, I can.
That 15 hits.
Oh, great. That's going to be... Oh, I'm going to true strike that as well, just to hit my bet.
Yes. Yeah.
But first off is the 11... because it's true strike, that can be radiant damage.
Yep.
And then true strike itself is another 5 radiant damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then I fly off away from it, and I say, if anyone's got like a really good spell they want to use on that, I'd do it now.
Oh, Kriegel just looks at Ash, and that's. You got anything?
I mean, I've got stuff, but anything that I've got that's going to be really good is going to ruin.
You can mechanically, you can put one of your guiding bolts after, as opposed to the one you've cast already, and cast it now instead. Just
Okay.
mechanically change the order.
Yeah, sure. That stands to reason.
So this is sensitized to spell damage. I'm going to also suggest that Drumstick took up the drumstick.
Oh, yes.
The sharpened stick. So Ash, as you cast a final guiding bolt, the radiant damage is double. So this is crit radiant damage because of the hollow blade that struck it. And Drumstick, as this thing starts to crack open, cleaves it with this sharpened drumstick, and you see this heart shatter and fall into tiny shards as this stairwell becomes dark, and you hear entirely inappropriate cheering from Blaine and Sebastian, who are still like 4 or 5 floors below and haven't quite figured out what the gameplay is. But there's a lot of going on several floors below. Dot, Strahd smiles And he says, I'll walk down and says, beautiful. I've waited so long to hear your voice. Dance with me.
I'd love to.
And you take his hand and you let him guide you. And I'm assuming, are you guys heading back down? And are you doing anything to try and locate where any of
100%.
this is going on?
I mean,
Just
we gotta,
mechanically.
like, message
Yeah.
Dot with the little thing and be like, the heart is dead. He's probably very dangerous right now.
Where are and where are you? If you know.
Gregor follows up with the where are you?
Yeah, sorry, where are Dot? Where are you? You went into a mirror.
On the party pin.
Hopefully she's in range of the party pin.
It's
Hopefully.
120 feet.
You might not be.
As you're coming down, she would come into range.
So will I
So
have
you
heard
ready?
this on?
Radio check,
to-
mic check, 1, 2.
You hear 1, 2, 1, 2, 2,
Yeah.
1, 2.
Yeah, she goes, oh, okay, we just got to find her somehow.
Just remind me on the party pin, do I have to speak out loud if I do reply?
No.
Because
No,
I'm tossing
it's
up
me.
whether or not to reply. But
No.
yeah,
It
no,
was-
okay. I'm going to reply to Ash with just what I said before. Trust me, I can handle me a dangerous man. No, really, I can.
So we can go
But
home.
I'm not going to reply to Gregor because I actually feel bad. For him, but not
Sure.
like for. And I believe that
For
he would put a camera regardless.
did Gregor resist the urge to be like, you did the thing I specifically told you not to do when we came here, the day before we came here.
You can lecture me later, darling.
Oh, it's good. It's just like big brother, little sister, where he's just like,
That's the
okay,
whole-
now,
yeah.
now I have to find you and beat up this fucking nerd.
As you get down the tower, as you get back down to this level, you can hear music coming from over there.
Okay. So if we,
Yeah.
if we can hear Dot's music, we would
Yeah.
try and, I presume, echolocate her, basically.
So from hearing Dot's music, that looks like a kobold. It's very light. We'll see how that goes. With the map and knowing where the music's coming from, you think that she's probably in the chamber at the top of that double staircase. If you're looking at this level, so you can hear the music on this level and it's pinging from over here, then with the map and where you can hear it and where you are, she would be at the top of that staircase that you came to in the original entrance hall that you didn't go up.
That we didn't go up.
So you think that's where she is based on when you come down to this level, you can hear her. And you've got the map.
Awesome.
Okay. So that's,
Awesome.
so you dance and you for a time it's just beautiful, and his hands at your waist, you rest against his chest. It's just divine, and the room falls away and the world falls away, and you were right.
Please tell me it's Argentine tango.
Argentina, you have reached him, and you are the one who's filled the silence, and you are the one who warmed the stone where his heart should be. And then from the chandelier, petals start to fall, crimson, soft like roses tossed on the stage in celebration. And of course, and of course, all portals. This is love, and this is art. And then the rhythm starts to change, and your legs are moving too far and your arms are lifting too high. And then it feels unnatural, and you try to stop and you can't. And your smile's there, but it's no longer your smile. And his grip has tightened, and it is no longer gentle. And the petals are falling faster, and as they touch the floor, they burst. And they're no longer petals, they're blood. And it pools beneath your feet, and as you draw flowers in blood on the black marble floor. And your limbs are moving to his will, not to yours. And the dance does not stop. And you are no longer dancing, you are being danced. And you try to shout and you try to whisper into your pin, but your voice is gone. Not silenced, just forgotten.
Gregor is hammering down the stairs, and you hear through the pin, Dorothea, listen to me. I don't care what you're doing in there. If you see red petals falling from the ceiling, you must run. You simply must run, because you are going to die.
Ashrin also messages and says, Dorothea also put an eye on the doorknob if things are going well.
It's what the rhythm for.
Putting that in earlier, I might have.
Yeah, true.
And you try to reply, but nothing comes. Just another spin, another bloom drawn in the blood, and another tiny piece of you slipping away.
And a single tear, like sapphire, rolls down my face.
And you reach the doors, and the doors at the top of the flight of stairs, there's two doors. It's a double staircase, and there's two doors on what would be this wall of this chamber are locked. And you are sure she's on the other side of this door, and these doors are locked.
Oh, boys, it's gonna get very real in there. We might walk in with Dorothea having full-on sex with a vampire man. And I just think we need to be emotionally prepared for that possibility.
Are you taking the door down?
I think if there...
There's no tie on the door.
There's no tie. No tie on the door.
Right, that means it's good to go in, right?
Yeah, I think we should hit it. And by we, I mean someone whose strength is not 8.
I don't think mine's too far.
Do I see like a little bit of blood coming out from under the door, or one of those petals, Emma? So when Gregor is like running and chatting with the boys, he sees a rose petal coming in underneath. He is going to use his once per long rest ability to go from a medium-sized creature to a large creature as a Goliath, and just stands, takes a pose, one breath, and then just roots straight into the middle of the lock, and basically kicking through a set of double doors at one, knowing that seeing that means he's already too late. And that's we just got to go now. If you need to go, I would turn to Drumstick and Ashrin. If you need to cast a spell, do it now. Absolutely do it now.
The heavy door smashes open, as if almost the castle is breathing you in, and cold air comes flooding out like the crypt. And beyond this door, you look in, and there's a grand hall carved from black marble, and moonlight spilling through the windows, and everywhere petals. Blood red, delicate, slow, unnatural spirals coming down from the vaulted ceiling, suspended, as if this whole room is caught within a single breath. And at the center, he dances. Strahd, in finery, precise, cruelly graceful, with one hand clasping a partner. And Dorothea, mid-turn, fur kissed with moonlight, arms lifted in perfect arcs, a doll, spinning and smiling and bleeding. And he holds her and guides her waist, but it's not a dance, it's a claiming. And her limbs are moving under no will of her own, twirling like a marionette under his control. Her eyes hollow sockets, and she gazes at him with something between reverence and absolute terror. With every step, a new flower painted with blood on the floor. And he looks up, and he looks at Dot, and he looks at Yuspree standing by the door with this expression that's almost tender, and this thin, perfect smile. And you realize that he knew you were coming, and he doesn't care. Shall we begin the finale?
Yeah. And no, it's
We've got a call
3
time.
a.m.
Pretty,
Hmm?
yeah.
And we'll call.
39 here. So.
Yep. And we'll call
Oh.
time.
Emma, oh my God, my God, you can't be doing that to me. The hour 4 party split into the thing Gregor came to stop happening. Oh,
And we shall reconvene.
thank you.
I'm
Everyone.
out torn because there's an entirely different pathway of like save Dot equals like counter charmy, dispel magic stuff, or kill Strahd equals a whole bunch of other different stuff.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wish he'd been a better friend.
Oh, you're a bad guy. Emma, do we need
It's
to
not a
read
bad
this?
guy. I was very nice to him.
Welcome to the tavern where our story begins, with a band of misfits and their original sins. Got a map in my pocket and a sword on my hip. Let me tell you about this adventurer's trip. There's Hobbs, the bold, a tabaxi rogue, and a row, and the druid's friend to every toad. Thorn the baker, who's totally not a warlock, and Echo Fire's punches make zombies drop. Doctors versus dungeons. Where fantasy reigns. Doctors versus dungeons. Break those chains. The DM is cackling behind their screen, planning the deadliest traps you've seen. But we'll face the dangers with